I'm so humble to be in front of you, to be able to share with God's people his word. So I don't take this for granted, and I pray that as we share, that God is going to inspire our minds, convict our souls, to be able to hearken to his word, and also be obedient to do it. Facing the giant, I think it's what I have heard repeatedly here from the time I came. The victories we overcome in our day-to-day life is not for ourselves alone. Sometimes we do life like a private affair, and there's no private life in Christian life. Because your life should be an epistle, it's a letter to be read by other people to actually see the expression of God's grace in the life that we are living in. One of the things that is happening currently in the world is that we have a lot of heresy, deception, people doubting whether there is God. There are those things, and especially our youth, they are being exposed to all these heresies because of the internet and the social media. But guess what? If there's one thing that even our younger generation are looking for, is an expression of the word in human form. I don't know whether you get what I mean. When you preach about forgiveness, these young people are trying to look, can I see forgiveness in one human right now? They are looking for that expression of the truth, the light, the salt in human form. So when we model righteousness, when we model the scripture, it actually speaks more louder than what we are going to speak here in the pulpit. The giants that we face in life, they are supposed to be avenues or platforms for God's glory. When you understand that the situation of your life, even when it is so grave, by grave I mean, even when it's so regrettable, sometimes we lose jobs. Sometimes we lose businesses. Sometimes we lose our loved ones. But guess what? If at all you're within the oracles of Yahweh, you're obeying the covenant, you're within the covenant and obeying his oracles, all those things, most of the times, and if not all the times, they are platforms or stage or avenues to glorify God. So I want to begin by just anchoring some few perspectives, and then we are going to read some few verses from the Bible. Then we can be able to climax our session today. Before I allude into the text that I have, I want just to anchor on where we are today in the 21st century. Because if you don't understand the times, like the children of Issachar, as we are told in the scripture, they did two things. They understood the time. They understood the time. They discerned the time. But number two, they also understood what Israel ought to do. Two things. And I know we like quoting that scripture a lot. And there's divine liberation for this, because doing something light in the long time does not give you an advantage. Okay. Now, question is, for us as believers of the 21st century, we are the people who are upholding the gospel, propagating it, living it, and later, of course, we hand over to our children. Do we know what we ought to do in such a time? So that we are wise, like the children of Issachar mentioned in the book of Chronicles. My message today is more around victory through the covenant and kingdom mindset. Victory through the covenant and kingdom mindset. We are living in a very delicate times and very interesting time. And there are like 9 things I was sharing in the previous service that you'll actually evidently see in our time. It's too much knowledge without conviction. And sometimes you go to a company or organization, maybe they called you as a consultant to go and help them do something. You discover actually they already know it. So what you are telling them, they already know. But there was no conviction to translate the knowledge into transformation. And that's the world we are living in currently.